Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live.
My name is Talia Barszczowska, and myself and Bethany Allen interviewed Catherine Gregson. Catherine was born and bred in Heysham and has always been very enthusiastic in preserving the history of Heysham within her heritage centre. Catherine was a very entertaining and optimistic character, and her passion for preserving Heysham's history shined through.
My name is Catherine Gregson, and I live in the main street, and I was brought up here at Heysham village, and I've had a happy childhood, and I was married down at the church down here, St Peter's Church, and all my grandparents and my great-granny and my daughter and myself were all married down at the church down here. My interest is the history and the archaeology of the area. I'm on the committee for Heysham Heritage, and I hope to go on as long as I can.
What is your fondest childhood memory from growing up in Heysham?
Yes, it's all the boys and girls in the village. I had a brother, and we all played together as a group on the fields over the road, and we'd go on the beach together, all that. On Easter Monday, used to have hard-boiled eggs and paint them. Oh. You know, that's a tradition of the area. And roll them in the field, and we'd sports day the same day. So that was lovely. It really was. Things like that. And another thing they used to do on the sports day, they had catch the donkey, and the big boys, they would get half a crown when they caught it. One certain boy always caught that donkey. Now, the vicar used to throw pennies as well, and the children would scramble for pennies. At the New Year, the band used to go around the village and go into people's houses and all that. Then they'd have a drink. And my granddad said, you know, they got a bit tipsy because they had a lot of drink. They were having a drink nearly at every house. And my granddad said, oh, he says, hark, he says, I think I can hear another band. And it was the other half of their band. Polly's a very interesting character. I must tell you about Polly. She was never married. Polly Blakeo, they called her. And where the bus terminus is now, there used to be a big high wall about 10 foot high. And she did the garden there. Aww. Also, she had a pigsty there. And what local people did, they fetched the potato peelings, the carrot peelings and all that. And Polly had these big buckets, put the peelings in what the people had fetched, and then put some bran in it and stirred it up for the pigs. Because she was small in stature, she was dressed in black like a lot of the Continentals do. She had a sack for a penny, and when I was only a very small girl, I used to say to her, Polly, please can I go and watch you feed the pigs? Well, I loved it, because she used to imagine this slender-built person carrying these heavy buckets with all this liquid in, and the bran and the potato peelings. And she'd carry them, and we'd go through the gate, and then, of course, when she was walking along, the pigs heard the rattle of the handles, right? And they started getting a bit rough inside. Now, Polly, she would only have about 2 or 3 pigs. She didn't have any more. And once she opened it, they rushed. They rushed at her because they wanted the food. And she'd curse and swear like a trooper. Well, I love that.
Were there any shows in Heysham whilst you were growing up?
Yes. At Heysham Head, in this rose garden there, they had a stage at the bottom of the rose garden, and they had concert parties. Every Sunday they had a band. My granddad used to go with his best suit on and a carnation in his buttonhole. There was Forden Band, which is known all over the world, Forden Brass Band. All these factories used to have brass band. And every Sunday was a brass band. But also, there was entertainment there throughout the week as well, every day. And there was the children's competition, and at 5 o'clock it was Uncle Billy Mann. He used to run the children's competition, singing competition, and I used to go and sing, and so did my brother. Then there was a fortune teller sort of person. Right, and another entertainment, Pinky and Perky. They started there.
So during the war, what was the area like over here? Was it any different? Or?
Yes, it was. It was. I can remember the troops, they stayed at the Heysham Towers, where the Heysham Towers holiday camp. There was a holiday camp there at Heysham. And they came from Dunkirk, and they stayed there. And my mother bought some cigarettes, and she said, I want you to take them to the troops and give them cigarettes. So I went up there with my little brother. And they used to march all with the uniform on through the village about 4 deep. And my little brother, he had a soldier's suit with a wooden rifle, and he was only about 3. And he walked behind all these troops going through the village. When my father was in the Navy, my parents didn't like to be separated. We were taken from on the train down to Plymouth. That was a 13-and-a-half-hour journey going down to Plymouth. And we'd no sooner got into bed, and we were in the top flat, and then an air raid came. And when you're so young, you do not know the implications of war, and you're being at risk. You do not know that. So there was no panic. I got my doll, I got my craning books, and everything, all my toys, and got dressed, and we went into there was one of these shelters. It was like a curb corrugated shelter, and we went in there. They put showers up, and they were dark green metal, and they would be about a yard wide, and so the kids would be clean. Every Friday you got a shower. There was a wooden board on the floor with the slats with the wood. They give you a brush like this, what you scrub the floor with, and a big piece of carbolic soap. And you'd be 2 girls or 2 boys in. So kids were kept clean, and you'd clean yourself down and have a shower.
So would you have to wait until Friday to have a shower?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You could only have it once, because we had no facilities where we were staying.
Oh, right.
And there was a lot of Americans, in Plymouth. And anyway, we came back, and I went back to the school, St Peter's School up here. And it was like assembly. And the headmaster said, what's Plymouth noted for? Of course, my hand shot up like that. It shot up like that. And Wright said, I says, Americans, sir.
So what do you think's changed the most in this area and over the years that you've been in?
There's not as many shops.
And do you think that's really changed
They've
everything?
been changed entirely, yeah. No, they've turned them into houses.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but what affected it, like the tourist area, what had affected it was women started working in the 50s, and the 2 incomes, and then, they could afford to go abroad, which is the same situation now. So that hit the holiday resorts a lot. We used to get them in the shop coming from the holiday camp there on a Friday. We used to call it present day. And they come and buy the presents to take home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you think the area will ever be as popular as it used to be?
Well, it's still popular because the thirst for knowledge about the history. That's why I'm involved with this. because of the history.
It's very interesting.
Well, it is. It's unique.
Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day